If you happen to be going over to Indonesia, Bali, and all that, understand there is a new law in effect, and that is considering about sex. If you are there for the sex, you could end up in jail. If you are there as a couple and you're not married, you could be arrested. If you happen to be someone from the LGBTQ community, it's the same situation. And we're going to read a little bit of this into from the BBC. Indonesia passes a criminal code banning sex outside marriage. Indonesia Parliament has approved a new criminal code that bans anyone in the country from having extramarital sex and restricts political freedoms. Sex outside marriage will carry a jail term up to a year under the new laws, which will take effect in 3 years. The raft of changes come after a rise in religious conservatism in the Muslim majority country. You know, I see this, they put conservatism in there. It's not conservatism. This is the same thing like in Iran. This is, you know, it's a Muslim country. They have their, they have their Muslim rules. And they happen to be draconian in nature. And they basically going to push this out to everybody as much as they can. Critics sees the law as a disaster for human rights and a potential to blow to tourism and investment. And that's true. Several groups of mainly young people protested against the legislation outside Parliament in Jakarta this week. It is expected the new laws will be challenged in court. They apply equally to locals and foreigners living in Indonesia or visiting holiday destinations such as Bali. Under the laws, unmarried couples having sex can be jailed up to a year. They're also banned from living together, an act for which people could be jailed up to 6 months. Adultery will also have an offense for people, which people can be jailed for as well. Supporters of the legislation say changes were made to accommodate concerns of critics for this is politics. For prosecutions to start a complaint must be filed by children, parents, or spouse of the accused couple. Ajing, a 28-year-old Muslim woman living in West Java city of Depok, said she was now at risk for living with her partner for the past 5 years. With the new law, both of us can go to jail if one of the family decides to make a police report, she told the BBC. And this is what's happening. You know, it's basically you're going to sit there and tell people, oh, you turn people in for our beliefs, not your beliefs, our beliefs. And this is the problem that goes on around the world, even in this country. They're going to tell you what direction to go in. We've seen this with the marriage equality law that's out now. That is basically literally an attack on religion and basically the family. This is the attack that they want to get rid of the nuclear family. Husband, wife, kids. This has been our downfall in the past decade or two. We're seeing less and less families, less and less. And I'll tell you this: people says, "Well, we're overpopulated." No, we're seeing less children being born around the world. We're seeing this major issue that has been happening, that literally, government wants to control how many kids you should have, or basically not have at all. They don't want you to have kids. And you hear this. You hear this from the protesters. They says, "Well, I wish my mom aborted me." Why would you say something like that? Why would you say that your mother gave you life? Why would you say something to that nature? Just watched a segment from our Madman Cafe show every Sunday night at 6 p.m. You can catch it over at Odyssey. Check in the description below for the link that will lead you to our Q2Cast TV site.